an intro music, mate.
Sure.
Okay, g'day guys, what do you do? It's your boy NDRW back at it again with another show. Let's get it, let's go. So today guys, we've got a special guest, of course. He found out that he could play things by ear at a young age, right?
Yeah.
There you go. Created Fable Sky, his first game, did the music, sound effects, and directed the voice acting.
Mm-hmm.
Also, he started facilitating more than 8 years ago. 7, 8 years ago, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Trained corporate in a variety of groups such as Del Monte, he's got the Mayor of Bohol, and We Do Recover Rehab Center, and a few others.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. And he was born in Cebu City. He's a jack of all trades and a master of some. Let's all welcome John Nathan Ray Aldemita.
That's a long name.
That's why you stuck with Nate, right?
Yep. That's the reason why I stuck with Nate.
Why didn't you go with John?
Too common.
Too common?
Yeah.
But it's a J-O-N though, not
Yep,
a J-O-N.
it's a J-O-N. So it's like my name's a separate, like it's a separate from John and Nathan. It's like Jonathan, but you just
John Nathan. Oh,
it's kind of like so
it
it's
now.
like Jonathan, but you just have to slice it right in the middle.
That's pretty interesting because John Nathan.
Mm-hmm.
It's totally a different name compared to Jonathan.
Yep.
Nate. So, why did you stick with Nate? Why not Ray? Why not Jonathan?
All right, Ray is also my dad's name. So
that's weird. Yeah, relatable.
Yep, and with John, I actually don't mind people calling me John, but most people call me Nate. So
True.
Okay.
Because I think people close to you call you Nate, but then for formal, like, especially for like hospitals or I don't know, just anywhere that they call your first name usually.
Yeah.
Government.
Yeah.
They
like
call you John.
Yeah, John or Sir John. I was like, okay, I don't mind. It's fine.
That's interesting. Damn. Okay, so pretty much we're gonna get into it, Nate.
Oh, okay.
Now, basically, as I've said in the past, the idea of this podcast is basically to delve into the origin story for you, and just a way for you to really just like sort of make a mark, like, hey, this is where I started, guys. Sweet. So, okay, tell us about who Nate is now, and we can go back into the origin story of it. So, what is Nate now?
Okay, who Nate now? Well, Nate now is a lot more confident compared to Nate before.
Damn.
And he is a lot more...
Because you do lots of things.
Yeah, I need to do a lot of things.
Damn, that's amazing. So just to name a few, you do game development.
Yeah.
You do sound, like you do all kinds of sound.
Yep.
It's not just music.
Yeah, not just music.
Yeah. And you also do psychology, which is, I recently found out.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing. So walk us through, okay, when you were younger, how did you get into all of that?
Which one? Because each one's like a standalone story.
Go for it. So pick one and then we'll start with that.
Yeah, because if... yeah, that would be hard.
Let's go with music. I think that's pretty interesting right there.
All right, with music, that actually started when I was 5 years old.
How did you get into music? Like, what did you play first, or what did you hear?
Okay. So how I got into music? Well, here's the thing with me and my family, because me and my family, most of us are musically inclined to the point. Some of my uncles and some of my ancestors are musicians.
So it's really in the blood.
Yeah, it's in the bloodline. It's like it's like one of our heirlooms. Like music's one of our heirlooms. I mean, I have one relative of mine, like one ancestor of mine, who actually studied with music, and the funny thing about that is that whenever he goes to school, he doesn't usually go to class. Yeah, he just plays his guitar and all that. But whenever he gets into an exam, he gets really high scores. I was like, how did he do that?
So it's innate with them.
Is that a pun?
That's a pun right there.
Dang it.
It's innate.
No puns.
It is inside you, because that's your blood.
Yeah, dang it.
It's more of a triple pun now if you think of it.
No.
But anyways, like, so music is really in the blood. Damn.
Yeah, so I started music when I was like 5 years old. And
which instrument?
Started with the flute.
Ooh,
actually. Yeah, but
not everyone starts with a flute.
Yeah, like most of them would start with a guitar or with a piano. But for me, it started with a flute. But It's not the same flute that most people actually think, though.
Ooh.
I did have exposure with that flute with a recorder, but the first flute that I actually played was a fife. So it's
like a fife,
sideways.
piper. Wow,
Yeah.
that's interesting.
Yeah, then
Yeah, because most of the flutes nowadays are just recorders.
yeah, most of them are recorders.
even
Not many of
flute.
them. Yeah, and the funny thing with the fife is that what my dad told me is that if I know how to play a fife, I would know how to play a concert flute, which is a long one, which I do. I do know how to play it right now.
Damn. So you basically train two concerts. It's amazing.
So a concert flute, and I'm classically trained as well.
Oh, that's awesome. How did you get into all that? Like, you picked up the flute. Did you like it straight away?
At first, no, because I was frustrated when I was a kid. Because unlike the recorder has a whistle, but the fife you literally have to blow hard to make sound. I was like, how do I do this?
Damn.
I know how to do this. Screw this.
So, did you like music growing up though, or?
I don't know. I didn't knew that I actually like music or love music until I got into my first game. Not first game like Fable Sky, but first game I ever played.
You played. So that's how you got. What was the first game?
Oh, I think that was a Mana series.
What? Sorry.
Like the Mana series, like
The
Sword of
Mana.
Mana.
Right. Computer game, right?
And no, not just computer games, consoles, PlayStation, PlayStation 1.
Ooh, PS1.
Yes,
So
PS1.
Sony gamers there. Sony PlayStation 1.
Not
gamers?
sponsored by Sony though.
Not sponsored yet.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Damn. Okay, so that's very interesting. So you played that, and then what was the kind of music that they were playing? Is it 8-bit or?
Oh no, it was 8-bit. It was orchestral.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean that actually got me first into composing stuff. Got me interested in composing a lot of things, especially there's this track that I really love the most. It's so simple, but it's so heartfelt. I mean, if you could search for it, it's written by if I could remember the composer, that was Yoko Shimomura.
Yoko Shimomura.
Yeah, she's also the composer for Kingdom Hearts as well.
Oh, okay.
She's amazing.
Yeah,
she's
that's
amazing.
A good masterpiece right there.
Yeah, and she composed this. I think she was the one who composed this track. It's called Places of the Soul. It's a piano. Yeah, it's a piano piece. It's a simple piano piece, but how she composed it, it's literally so heartfelt.
Wow.
That it makes you actually feel nostalgic and homey and cozy as well. And when I first heard that, I was like, I want to try playing that thing, but I don't know how.
Damn. Wow. So that's very interesting because you've always been exposed to music when you were younger.
Yep.
And then when you played a game for the first time, you basically noticed music.
Yeah.
And that's when you appreciated everything.
Wow. That and a lot more, because if you were in my household when I was around 8 to 10, you'd be listening to a lot of stuff.
Damn.
It would range from jazz to blues to to praise music.
How many siblings have you got?
Okay, so in my family there are 4 of us. We're supposed to be 5, but we're supposed to be 5, but one got miscarriage. So
sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
and you're the middle child.
Yeah, it's sort of. I'm the third.
Third child. Oh,
I'm the third in the family, but
Third
I'm the
before.
eldest son. So I have 2 older sisters and one younger brother.
Okay, eldest son. Damn. And how far is the gap between you and your sisters, your older sisters?
Probably around 2-3 years.
2-3 years. Wow. And they're all into music as well.
Yeah, they're both singers.
Wow. Damn, that's legit. So all sisters are singers. What about your younger brother?
He's a guitarist and a uke player. He did some composition as well for his school there in UP.
On the uke?
Yeah, on the uke.
Wow.
And he played it for his JS prom as well.
Damn, that's legit. Wow, you guys are really musically talented then.
In a sense.
That's awesome. Wow, because music really runs in the blood. And you've got an ear for music. You could really pick up music well, right?
Yeah.
When did you notice that was like, hey, I'm pretty good at this? Because
But, okay, that started like days before Mother's Day. I forgot what year was that.
Wow.
Because
not recent, right?
yeah, not recent. I think I was high school at that time. Then
damn.
what happened that time is like I was super drowsy. I just came from school. I was super drowsy, and then there's this song that keeps on playing on the radio, even on my classmates' playlist. It's from Yiruma, River Flows in You.
River.
Yeah, that song. I didn't know about that song, and then it was, in my perspective, it was annoying, but it was beautiful. But it was annoying.
It's an earworm, like people.
Yeah, it's a literal earworm for me. I was like, this one keeps on playing almost everywhere I go.
Yeah.
That to the point, even in my sleep, I can actually hear it.
Damn, getting haunted by music.
I'm getting haunted by music, by that piece.
Yeah.
But I was just listening to it. Like the first time I actually listened to it intently, for the first time, and then the second time, I was really drowsy at that time. I didn't know that I could actually play it in the piano then and there. I actually played like the first two notes. I was like, wait, this sounds familiar. Then I go forward. I was like, wait, this is a song that got stuck in my head.
But you were already playing piano for quite a while that time, right?
Yeah.
Right. But you never knew that you could pick up music and sort of just play it right away.
Yeah.
Wow. And you played like the full chords and everything. Like, wow.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
Yeah, I didn't even knew. I was like, wait, what's this? Like, it was all an experiment at first. I'm like, wait, I can play this. I didn't know about this, and I can play this. And the funny thing there is that it's because of that song that my mentor for piano actually noticed my skill with it.
Wow.
That he literally taught me things with the piano.
Because he kind of picked up on how you like play and how you kind of put things together. Because it's very interesting, especially with learning. Like a lot of people really have a hard time to like once you crack how you learn, it's just endless. Like you just learn anything from there, and it's very interesting because most people just pick up the melody, but that's it. It's just on the right hand.
Yeah.
But then with you were able to pick up everything.
Yeah, I can pick up the left as well.
It's amazing. Wow. And plus, I think the beauty of it, honestly, guys, for all the music players out there, very good to have foundation with classic music.
Oh yeah.
Because it really funnels everything. Like you can play rock, you can play R&B, you can play
every genre.
Exactly.
Every genre. You could literally play every genre if you know the basics of it.
Yeah.
I mean,
classic.
It reminds me of the time like back when I was little. I used to listen to. Who are the composers that I used to listen to? Like other than the common Mozart and Beethoven, been listening to Chopin, Liszt, Vivaldi. Yeah, Tchaikovsky.
Very nice.
There's a lot of them.
Very good composers, and the beauty of it is, compared to like the music now, it's more complicated.
Oh yeah, it's more complicated.
So you get to be exposed to more of the complex kind of like you've got tragics, you've got like really nice symphonies coming together.
Yeah.
And when you come to pop, it's like, what? You just need those 4 notes repeated the whole time?
Yeah, it's really surprising because the first time I actually learned about music and music theory is like, how many chords in one song? 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, that's it? Just 4 repeating chords.
And then you just add like other stuff.
Yeah, just other stuff like modes, and then that's where the modes comes in, modes and scales and modulations.
Yeah, it's amazing because that blows me away every single time when I listen to classical music. Because you've got the start that's a different, different set of chords.
Yeah.
And then you get to the middle, it's like a different chord set, and then the last bit. You think it's over, but no, there's another one.
Yeah, exactly. Especially like
it's amazing.
Especially like one of the movements that got me inspired was Beethoven's Moonlight Sonata, because there were like around 3.
He's got a lot of sonatas, doesn't he?
Yeah, but Moonlight Sonata is one of the most prominent ones because of how melancholic it sounded at first, and then it becomes tragic and becomes happy. It's like,
because that's the beauty of Beethoven. He really brings you into the slew of emotions.
Oh yeah, but he's a genius. He's a mathematical genius. Because every music that he makes, every composition that he makes, there's a mathematical equation to it.
Wow.
To each one. Yeah, seriously. Most people know about that he is deaf. He's literally deaf.
It's crazy.
That whenever he actually tries to compose, he literally
he just
I don't know if this
calculates everything.
Yeah, he calculates things, and I think there was
because he's deaf.
Yeah, he's deaf. And then there there was a rumor that I heard though that he used to bang his head near the piano so that he could literally hear what the note
But
is.
he wasn't fully deaf, right? Like he was.
Yeah, he wasn't
kinda
fully deaf. He wasn't really fully deaf. He was.
Because that'd
like,
be crazy if he
borderline.
was like fully deaf, like he was just calculating the piano notes.
Yeah.
Like this might sound well with this, but I don't know what sounds like. But you know.
Yeah, but
Let's
to
see.
compensate the whole thing, he is really smart with math,
He is.
and he literally used math.
Because I think that's how he kind of like made up for it.
Mm-hmm.
Because since he can't hear it, he can't fully hear everything.
Yeah.
He made up for it to like he found an equation.
Mm-hmm.
Created.
He
something.
did. He did found an equation.
Amazing. Dang. So, would you say Beethoven is one of your like sort of idols, or like
He's
the
one of
ones
my
that you-
foundations.
Foundation of music. Wow.
Yeah. He's one of my foundations, other than Chopin and Bach
And Bach. Oh
And
yeah, Bach's quite
Bach.
good. Wow.
and Mozart.
Oh, of course, standard Mozart.
Standard Mozart, but Mozart's really,
Mm.
gosh, his compositions are crazy. I mean, his 12 variations for that's a simple Twinkle Twinkle Little Star.
12 variations.
There are 12 variations to it, left and
That's
right. I was
crazy.
like, wow. I mean, it's been featured in one anime as well, like
Right.
Your Lie in April.
Oh
One
yeah,
of the-
they
yeah.
like to feature classical music there.
Yes,
That's
anime-
what I like about anime as well.
Yeah, and then
cool.
when they actually feature the complexity of it and how it
Yeah.
became that it's so complex, but it's so simple at the same time.
Mm.
I was like, gosh, it's blown away.
Dang. You also mentioned anime.
Mhm.
So at what age did you get exposed to anime?
Oh, let's see, 7.
7 years old. Wow.
Yeah.
So around about the time that you started with music as well.
Mm-hmm.
Very
Yeah,
interesting.
that's one of the reasons why, like, when I was like growing up, while I was like training for music or with music with a flute,
Hmm.
especially with the flute,
Yes.
that I grew up with like the Japanese influence of music.
Hmm. Right.
So
What's
it's
what's the
good.
Japanese influence there?
Oh, there's a lot because there's a difference between the Western influence of music and
Yeah.
the Eastern influence,
Hmm.
and within the Eastern there are different how do we say it? It's like different flavors.
Yes.
Flavors like
Hmm.
well, for the lack of better terms, we're just gonna use flavors for this one.
Yeah.
So like there's different flavors. Like Chinese has their own, the Koreans have their own, Malaysians have their own.
Because
so
it's more
Thai,
string
Filipinos.
instruments, right, for the
Yeah.
Chinese?
Yeah, it's more string for the Chinese, but for the Japanese, most of them use, especially for like, I think that was the Edo area or the Meiji area era.
Around that time.
You know, I forgot which one at the time. They use the pentatonic scale a lot more.
Ah, pentatonic scale.
Yeah, so it's just 5 notes, and they just make their like the compositions around those 5 notes, especially for
Wow.
chants. Yeah, especially for chants, like for monks, and then for like court music as well. It just revolves around that.
Just the five pentatonic scale.
Yeah, the 5 pentatonic scale.
Wow, that's interesting. And how did that influence your kind of like your music composition? Because you started composing your own music at what age?
Ooh, high school.
Damn.
Yeah, but I did that in secret.
That's amazing. Still though, because nonetheless, like this is what I told Jess. Like nonetheless, that still made you focus on one thing.
Yeah.
That made you into what you are right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing. So you were high school, right, when you started composing music,
Yeah.
and you were able to put together like different notes and different influences. What was the major influence? Because you've got classical training, you got
Oh, major influence? That's video games.
video games.
Yeah.
Right.
No joke. Because video game music literally got me.
Right.
A
Is it
lot.
not the 8-bit music, right?
Part of it is the 8-bit music.
Ah.
I mean, even with Super Mario, like da 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 da
Yes.
that got me.
Wow. Very interesting. And what was the title for your first composition?
Oh gosh, that was a long time ago. I nearly forgot. 'cause-
Anything that you could remember from it? Because that was your first music. That's
Yeah, it was my
amazing.
first music, but I didn't give it a title though.
What would you like usually call it? It's like that. Da da da.
No, it's just Untitled 1, Untitled 2. That's just it, really. And then
Dang.
before, I wasn't really a big fan of musical notation because at some point it kind of got me. I kind of lost interest.
musical notation is basically note taking, putting.
Yeah,
it
note
on the
taking and
scale.
putting it in the scale, putting it in
Right.
like in the staff.
You basically just played by ear.
Yeah, before
That's interesting.
because I lost interest in musical notation before until actually it just came to my head right now.
Oh.
The reason why I took up, the reason why I do musical notation now is because I have a lot of compositions before that I wanted to replay again, but because I didn't write it down, I haven't written it down.
Damn,
I forgot. I was like,
you forgot the tune.
yeah, that was like, I need to write this down. Or
How did you keep note of it then?
most of the time it's like through mental note, but I was in high school at that time and I was doing a lot of things at that time.
Did you write it on paper at least? Like this chord is G.
No, because before, back in high school, even in elementary, I lost interest in musical notation because of how confusing it was.
Yeah. There's a lot of notes.
There's a lot of
symbols.
notes. Yeah, and then it wasn't really confusing like notes wise, like the half note, the eighth note, the 16th note, and all that. It wasn't confusing there. It was confusing of how and where will I put all these notes.
Yeah, the collective.
The collective
sort
thing.
of how they synergize everything.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's why it got tedious to me at that time. And before I was kind of impatient at that time, so I was like, nah.
As we all.
Yeah.
Dang. Okay. So you started composing when you were in high school. When did you actually start writing it down? And what was the very first kind of documented composition for you?
Oh, that was
one with a title and everything.
Yeah, that was in college.
Was this for something, or was this just?
It's just for personal use.
Right. Would you be able to share the title?
Well, if I could remember the title though, because it was in my it's in my music. It's in my other music pad, and
Right.
I did converted it to digital, but I forgot where I placed it.
What's the very first composition that you could remember then?
Oh, okay. That
Like
was
one that you could actually share, like one with a title, one
with a title.
Yeah.
Well, the first composition that I actually made was, when I was still starting college.
Yeah.
And I was alone at that time. I mean, I was in the chapel with just me and the keys to the chapel with the piano.
Wow.
Yeah. And
you played in the church?
Yeah, I don't have my own piano.
True.
I don't have my own piano. That's why I need to make do with whatever I have. Like most of the time, it's just me and my fife, and me and my flute.
Yeah, that's.
But for the piano, I usually play it with like the piano that we have in the chapel. And the first composition I did that I wrote down at some point was, I think that was White Rain.
White Rain.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I know it sounds cheesy.
No, not at all. What's the inspiration behind it? Why White Rain?
Yeah, because at that time I was deep into Final Fantasy at that time.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
There you go. That makes
Especially
sense.
like the piano pieces there, like wait, whose piano piece? Like Aerith's theme. That got me so into composing that I literally have to borrow the keys, go to the chapel and play whatever it is inside my head and write it down.
Wow. Dang. That's
but I forgot the tone of that thing before. I was in high school before at that time.
That's very interesting.
Yeah.
Wow. So Final Fantasy. So most of your compositions are definitely inspired by games, right?
Yeah, some of them are by games. Some of them are by hymns.
Hymns.
Yeah.
And at the church. Because you play at the church, right?
Yeah, at some point. But I usually play by secret.
Oh, okay.
Most of the time I play by secret. I'm a big introvert before.
You didn't play for mass or anything like that?
Nope.
Ah, right. Okay. But you just went to the church to just borrow the piano. Nice. Did anyone sort of catch you like, hey, you play music?
Yeah.
But you didn't mind it, or?
I didn't mind it. I mean, remember the time. Remember that my mentor in piano saw me. That's how he saw me.
Ah, because he never knew.
He never knew, and he was a family friend of ours. I mean, he graduated at the University of Santo Tomas in Manila.
Are they quite well known for music?
Conservatory music.
Wow. Conservatory music is like concerto.
Yes, the core classics.
Like
and he's really good at piano. It's like when he saw me playing for
Yiruma?
Mother's Day. Yeah, in Yiruma, and then he was asking me like, how did you play? I said I just heard it once, twice, and then I could just play it. I didn't know I could play the left side. I was like, he was shocked.
Yeah, because most people just get ding 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 ding.
Yeah, it was just
right?
by the right. And then after that, he asked me, okay, can you play other pieces? Well, okay, I tried. I did play like the most common canon for him. Yeah, in its original tempo, which is a fast, fast version. He was more surprised. I was like, okay, I'll teach you.
That's crazy. Okay. Yeah, because canon. Oh man, I've heard so many versions of canon.
Yeah.
But it's actually quite fast paced.
Yeah, it's fast paced.
Especially for the very like.
Yeah, and I did my own variation to it as well while I was playing it. That's why he said, okay, I'll teach you.
You caught my attention, Nate.
Yeah.
You now will learn.
Oh my god.
You will learn well, my child.
Ah, teach me, master.
That's amazing. Sweet. So that's basically your foundation for music, right? Mm-hmm. How did you get into psychology?
For psychology, that's a different story.
Yeah, because that's very interesting.
Because I think that started back in elementary because I was bullied.
Right. Why do you think were you bullied?
For all 6 years, I was bullied.
Being an introvert, or was it?
Yeah, that's one. For being an introvert. And for being different than most people, because back when I was in elementary, I didn't know how to speak Bisaya.
Really?
Literally didn't know how to speak Bisaya.
Why were you just speaking? Was it English or was it Chinese?
English. No.
Not Chinese?
Not Chinese.
我知道呢，说说。我不知道。Anyways, so you were bullied when you were younger, right? Because you were only speaking English. Why was this that you just...
It's not just speaking English. I spoke English. I was super silent.
True.
And for most of the time, I usually just play alone.
True.
But if ever I play... Though there are times that I do play with friends, but usually like they would play for... Let's say, they just let me play for... Just for a while though.
Right.
Like most of them would just play with me because they need something from me.
They need someone to play with, like, we just need one more player.
That, and then there are times as well, like they would just come near me if they need something.
So sorry to hear that.
Yeah, that's why.
So how did you cope with that? Because most kids actually, like, I know a lot of kids just keep to themselves and they focus on an art.
Yeah, but for me, it's going back to video games.
True. So video games and music was definitely your escape from that reality.
Yeah. Damn. Especially back in elementary, it was video games. Like whenever I get bullied, like the games that I usually play is either Spyro or Crash Bandicoot.
Oh, Crash Bandicoot is good. Because you could really trash on your friends.
Oh yeah.
Trash on the people that you play with, like
yeah.
I'm gonna get you.
Yeah, and I used to play with my cousin as well, and he let me play with some of his games in PS1, even with his Game Boy.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Game Boys,
Nintendos. My cousins actually let me play their video games.
True.
And it was really good. It was really good.
Wow, dang. So how long were you bullied for? Were you bullied all your life during elementary and?
Yeah, during elementary.
What about high school?
I was bullied as well.
What about college? Was it different?
College was different.
That's good.
College was way different. It was like, at some point, it was like a culture shock for me because I was used to being bullied.
And then this time, like, you were able to meet friends?
Yeah.
Wow. Dang. So wait, just wondering, like, what school did you go to? Was this in Lashon?
No. I used to live in the city back then.
Where in the city?
Right at the heart of it, really.
Oh, like Colon area or?
No, near Colon. Like it used to be at Sikatuna.
Where's that?
Or around Ramos.
Ramos area. Oh, wow. Dang.
Yeah.
Okay, definitely.
So it's near San Carlos downtown campus by P. Del Rosario.
Oh, and you went to school there?
No, elementary. I went to a public school in elementary. My high school was down south.
So you transferred and you're still bullied still?
Yeah, no, it's like I finished my whole elementary back in this public school,
right,
and then started high school down south. Though my house is still within the heart of the city, but I don't know, it's kind of like preparation, like my mom and dad's way of prepping me to try to travel on my own. So that I had to go down south, and it was at Cebu Institute of Technology.
CIT.
Yep, CIT.
Nice. That's near Fatima, right? Fatima, like.
I think so. That was near Fatima.
And Bacalso.
Yes, and Bacalso.
Right.
Yeah, and that's where my whole DJ thing started in CIT. And
so you did music, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then, so how long did you stay as an introvert? Like, well, you still an introvert, right?
Yep.
But then when did you start like talking more to people? Because being a DJ, you need to.
Yeah, I think that started around the 3rd year or the 4th year of high school.
At least you came out of your shell, kind of.
In a way, but I'm still cautious at that time.
True. But honestly, it's amazing because being a DJ is the next level. Hang on.
Yeah.
Pause for a second.
Oh, okay.
Alright. Dang, so 3rd year, right? 3rd year.
Mm-hmm. 3rd year.
So sort of just delving into like the topic of basically psychology.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of like because I'm trying to understand like how you got bullied. What kind of bullying sort of happened to you? Was it name calling, just like pushing out, more physical, or
both the verbal and physical?
Damn. Did you get beat? If you don't mind me asking, did you get beat up at one point, or?
Yeah.
Damn. So that got you interested in understanding people.
Mm-hmm. Because I don't want to fight people.
True.
I'd rather try to understand them and then try to find my way out of it.
Honestly, it's the same way to do it. It should be the normal way to do it, honestly.
Yeah.
It's very crazy. So that got you interested to learning more about people, but at this point you were observing people, right? Like you were understanding.
Yeah, because because of me being bullied, my mom actually taught me how to observe people.
Nice.
Like to the point that I actually read them like a book.
Nice. That's good.
Yeah, and it's because of that I actually get to avoid like, how do I say this? Like, being, what's the term again? Let's just say it's because of that I actually know how to avoid bad people in the streets.
That's awesome. There you go. Hey, everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
Sad. Well, that's
in a sad, but it's so sad though that I had to learn it because of that.
So you picked up psychology in college? That was your first choice?
Yeah, that was my first choice.
Right. Why not music though? Because you were already doing music.
There's that, and I don't know. There's this course in psychology that, not really a course, but there's this subject in psychology, though it's not in the official curriculum, that actually deals with music and psychology. So so that's
awesome.
where that got me too interested in psychology.
Nice. That's a convergence there. Because there's a lot of psychology that goes into like how the music lets you feel, the emotions that you feel during the music.
Yes.
Dang. I think I'm getting your kind of master plan in the sense that you're able to, because music really gets people to feel a lot of things subliminally.
Yes.
And that's what I like about music, because the subliminal messaging that you can really put out, and then you can make them feel a certain way.
Yes.
It's basically like mind control.
Yeah. Technically, it's hypnotism.
Yes. Oh, technically it is hypnotism. Wow. So, walk me through how you took up, since you took up psychology in college. How did that go for you for the first few years?
Oh, for the first few years, it was, I don't know if some of my classmates will actually hear this. They might agree at some point.
Go for it.
Like, for the first year, it was hell.
Right. What was hell about it?
Let's see. How do I start? I'll probably start with, like, supposed to be during their first year of college, it's supposed to be like something super understandable or super easy.
Right. Yes.
Because it's general psychology.
Yes.
But at some point, sorry for whoever I'm referring this to, you know who you are.
The professor.
Yeah. Look, he is a really good professor though.
He means well.
He means a lot well. It's just that the methods are kind of extreme. They're kind of extreme because back when I first took up my first major subject in psychology, there are only 3 ways that I could pass.
Right.
But just 3 ways that I could pass the subject. And it's a major subject, so I need to pass it.
Damn.
And it's the only major subject that it's the only major subject that I need to pass, or else I wouldn't be able to continue psychology.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so there's only 3 ways: either midterm paper, or final term paper, and the reporting. Like, yeah, so the reporting is kind of like how you'd hear it. It's just really simple. It's just report whatever subject or topic that's been given to you. Then term paper is midterm paper and final term paper.
What was the hard part there? Like, what was hell about it?
3.
All 3 of them.
Yeah, because for a starting freshman in psychology who just came from high school and doesn't really know what kind of reporting the professor wants, and then I'm used to like the reportings that most people would actually give, like manila paper and cartolinas and all that, and I write things down. I was like, okay, that's the reporting that I know, but it's not the reporting that he's looking for.
So it was very subjective.
It was subjective.
Holy crap.
And at the same point, at the same time, it's objective as well. Because the reason why he does that is because he doesn't want us to look like amateurs.
But you are amateur.
Exactly.
You need to understand. That's very ironic.
Yeah.
Because being in psychology and then he's doing that, like, maybe he needs to understand his own psychology.
Well, he is self-aware. I give him that. He is self-aware, and then he did say that. Okay, let me run you through the story. So, me and my team, we were like the 5th or the 8th ones to report, and then all seven teams before us, they gave the reports, and then every time he would give a critique, it would be like, okay, you like this, and then he'll ask a question. If you can't answer the question, marked.
Whoa.
Yeah. So it was like that, and then
what kind of topics did you guys report though? Was it like intense or?
It's not really intense. Like it's general psychology, so it's like the general stuff like psychoanalysis or like like behaviorism or structivism.
But he never taught you guys like pretty much the foundation of everything, or?
Yeah, pretty much the foundation of everything. But if there's something that we missed, he would ask a question about that, and then we'd try our best to answer it. So it's like being in an arena.
Damn. It's like answering an exam, but just face to face.
Yeah, just face to face.
That's crazy.
That's why. And then for my group, we were talking about Piaget's.
What's Piaget?
Piaget is a psychologist he's a psychologist, and we were talking about Piaget's theories of I forgot, like his theories of developmental learning. So how a child grows to learn.
Nice.
So you have abstract, concrete,
kinesthetic.
No. Like for Piaget, there are 4 stages. Like first is sensory motor, then we have I forgot the second one.
Like
I forgot.
Senses, that kind of thing?
Yeah, for sensory motor, like sensory motor stage, that starts with babies. Like how they learn is that's the reason why they grab things and put it in their mouth, because that's how they learn, through their senses.
Right.
Then I forgot the second one. I forgot the second one where like there's mimicking involved. Then third is concrete reasoning. Then fourth is abstract reasoning.
Right.
So that's basically that's how, according to Piaget, that's how kids or people learn from their lifespan, in their lifespan. And then there's Erickson as well. Erik Erickson's
not Sony Ericsson?
No, not Sony Ericsson. But Erik Erickson's stages of development. There we go, stages of development.
Stages of development, all right.
So, yeah, that was our report. And then I actually missed one there in Piaget's, and those are parenting styles.
And he gave you a lot of shit for it?
Not really. He asked me a question about parenting styles, and it wasn't part of my report, but I was familiar with it. I was like, wait, what were the parenting styles again? Okay, that. I just gave my best answer. I was like, okay. And then he gave critique, and then he gave us, like, before we even gave our report, he gave my team a warning, like, okay, for every and blank air that you give, it's a minus deduction.
Damn.
So it's kind of like, we already have a grade, like we already have a grade before we reported, and then if ever there's blank air or this stuttering or or
That's crazy.
Like, it's a minus deduction.
Because now you're basically getting into like mass communication.
In a sense, yeah.
That's weird. Okay, and that was the first year.
Yeah, that was first year.
Holy.
And then the crazy thing there is that in our block, there's like around 50, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not really
50
sure.
students.
50 students. After like the first semester, that was still the first semester of my first year. We dropped from 50 to 15.
Wow. Only 15 people left.
Yeah, around 15 or 30 people. There's literally a handful of us at that time. And it gets worse on the second semester, because on the second semester, that was advanced general psychology. Our professor, though I have a lot of respect for him. I mean, he is also one of my mentors as well.
Right.
Though my first meeting with him wasn't ideal.
Bad first impression.
Not really a bad first impression, but it's more like how he does things is
questionable.
Abstract.
Oh.
It's not questionable. It's abstract. I mean, it's like when he gives you a test paper, there are only 4 questions, and in each question there's like this point system, and then you need to get like around, like say say for example in one paper you need to get around 40 points, and then in one question there are 20 points, in the other question there are 10
it's like
points.
An essay style.
Yeah, it's like an essay, but at the same time it's also a gamble.
But you need to hit all 20 points to get the full point for that one.
Actually, you just need to hit 40 points, and then in each question it's like, in first question, you have 5 questions and you need to get 40 points. So in question 1 there's 20 points, question 2 there's 10 points, question 3 there's another 20 points, question 4 is 15, question 5 is 15.
Wow.
So it's like, it's a gamble. In a way, it's kind of like a gamble. At the same time, it's like, it's props to him though, because of that test, I actually get to learn how to research properly.
True.
Because how he does his test is that he gives us research material to read, like this thick.
Wow.
For a 5 question test.
That's crazy.
Yeah, this thick.
You never know what comes out.
Exactly. And then all the questions that are in the questionnaire, they're like cross-referencing
each other.
Cross-referencing every research material that we were given. Was like, what's the correct answer for this thing? It's not in one paper, and then it's also in another paper. It's like,
so it's all interconnected.
It's all interconnected.
That's crazy.
But it was good training for us, especially in doing our research. So I passed. Thank goodness I passed. So yeah, it was hell at some point.
Dang. Hang on, we're just going to insert a quick sponsor because I nearly forgot. So just going to pause for a quick second.
There you go.
So our sponsor for today is, shout out to the company. We're actually not at the company because I overslept, and I'm so sorry, Joy. Shout out to Joy. Sweet. So
Hi,
are you looking for an office space, clients, or fast internet? The collaborative, creative, and entrepreneurial atmosphere at the company is perfect for you. With over 10 branches scattered all over the world in countries such as Japan, Hawaii, Singapore, Bangkok, and of course the Philippines, 2 branches here in Cebu, namely IT Park and Mandaue. Members get to enjoy multi-location access for no added fees, with options such as co-working spaces, fully furnished offices, event spaces, and meeting rooms that can be rented out daily, weekly, or monthly. The amenities are endless. They serve unlimited coffee, tea, or water with fiber internet and regular community events that you can be part of. For more details, you can visit the website at thecompany.ph or visit Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter at The Company Cebu. Also, if you use my code NDRW, you can get 5% off your booking fee. Come and visit the company today, located on the 15th floor, HM Tower, IT Park. The code again, NDRW. Okay, we're back to Nate here. So Nate, you're basically walking us through your first year actually.
Yeah, that's just the first year. Yep.
Wow. Did it get better over time with psychology?
It did, because of the experience that I had. Like I had hell first, then. Yeah, it's kind of like the saying that you wouldn't know heaven unless you've gone through hell.
Exactly, and so you're more grateful as well because it's like you've been through the worst. Like what's the worst that could happen?
Yeah, and it was like in my department, like those two consecutive professors that I had on my first year of college, they were like one of the most terrifying teachers in the department. They were the terrifying teachers in the department because they were known to fail students.
Damn, hence the 50 to 15.
Yep. Crazy. But because of that, and because I survived that hell fest, I was able to think more critically because of them, like research more thoroughly, and take things in a more like in a bigger picture and another angle.
Nice. Wow. So second year, third year, and fourth year were all better for you.
Yeah. Third year, in a sense, was, I wouldn't really say better. I would say it was at some point eye-opening.
Because you went OJT, right, for third year, or was it
fourth year? On my third year, that was training and development, and that's also the year that I started training.
Facilitating.
Yep, facilitating.
Damn. So what was your experience with facilitating?
Well, it was, in another sense, it was also hell. Because I need to get trained in order for me to become a trainer. And I actually joined this group. It's called Facilitator Circle. Hi guys, hi Sir Glenn.
Shout out to Sir Glenn.
Yeah, so
right.
I joined in Facilitator Circle at that time, but well, it was crazy because my sister told me to join it because she told me that it would be good for me at some point, especially since I'm a psych major.
True.
And then she had some friends as well who actually joined in, and some of them actually survived the training. I would get to the point why I would say survive the training, because Facilitator Circle, if I were to put it in an introduction, Facilitator Circle is a group of individuals who are dedicated to its vision, which is compatible growth for self and others.
Right. Could you but for the listeners out there who don't really know what facilitating is, could you walk us through what facilitating is?
Facilitating, in a nutshell, it's training and development, basically.
Yes. So it's like personal development, and in that sense.
And that's one thing. It's like making complicated things easy, bite-sized, easy to understand. Right. That's how facilitating works in general. In my case, with Facilitator Circle, what we do is that we facilitate individuals. Right. Train them or develop them, or basically just facilitate them in their own personal development. Right. Like, true to our vision, compatible growth for self and for others as well. So, like in the commons, well, it's like a trending sense now. Yeah. It's called a life coach. Is that right? For some it's a life coach. Mentor. Yeah, but for us, it's not really more of life coaching, but it's more of just facilitating with the heart. Right, because you're basically helping them grow into like the best version of themselves, right? Yeah, the best that they can. Right. In a nutshell. Right. So you started third year, right? How did how did you go with it for the first few years? The first few years. Well, the first year was I was training. I was trained at that time because there are 4 therapies that we need to be familiar with. Yes. And then after that, after the first year, then I get because for Facilitator Circle, we started out as rosebuds. Rosebuds. Oh. Yeah, we call ourselves as rosebuds because we're still blooming. True. We're still blooming to our to our potential, to our own selves. Yes. To get to know our own selves. That's how I take it. And in my own opinion, and and during my time it was rosebud, and after the rosebud phase, then comes the would-be phase. Would-be? So, yeah, would-be facilitators. Like would-be. I thought it was like would. No. No, it's like would-be, would become facilitators. Okay. So there are stages as well. Like the first stage is the rosebud, then the second one is would-be, then third would be junior facilitator, where we can we get to be exposed as well in training people. And the last part would be senior facilitator. That's my second year in facilitating. That's also my 4th year as well. When I was doing my thesis, and that time, being a senior facilitator, I need to train the next batch of facilitators as well. That's a huge responsibility. Yeah, it was huge. It's crazy. And it was bigger. It was big for me because I was doing my thesis at that time. Yeah. So yeah, that's what I heard. Especially here, it's a lot of work to do a thesis here. And I did my thesis alone. What? Yep, I did it alone. You preferred being alone, or you didn't want it was more like I had no other choice. Right. So yeah. Did people how did you end up being alone? Okay, so going to thesis mode. Thesis mode. Going to thesis mode. But to end the whole facilitating thing, so senior facilitator, after senior facilitator, alumni facilitator, where I am now. I'm an alumni facilitator. So yeah, nice. So that's the whole thing with Facilitator Circle. And with the Facilitator Circle as well, that's the reason why the 3rd year of college is eye-opening for me, because it's a lot of stuff happen. I get to know myself a lot more. Yeah.
Because when you teach people, you also get to know yourself.
Yeah, and I became less numb.
True. Nice.
I became less numb as well. And on the 4th year, during my senior facilitatorship, I was also doing my thesis. So we're going to our thesis arc now. So during thesis, I didn't really have a choice. Like I didn't have much of a choice of doing my thesis.
Right.
Like, I was supposed to be in a group, but then again, my group mates have other plans. So yeah, I had to do it on my own. I already had the foundations done. I mean, I already have my foundations done. I have my literature, like review of related literature done. Everything's done. And then they kind of left midway. So okay, I have
so you just did it yourself?
Yeah, I just did myself.
Is that okay though?
It was okay.
Okay.
And it was crazy. And with my batch, it was crazy because I was known to be the only one going through thesis alone with a very hard topic.
Damn, that's crazy.
Because my topic for thesis, which in a way it would still connect to music.
Oh.
Because my topic is music. I mean, to be specific, it's autobiographic memory and auditory memorabilia. So that's pretty much a mouthful to say. So basically, what I'm trying to study here is childhood memories or memories of your past, and how does it link to auditory mementos. So auditory mementos are like the soundtracks of your life. Like say, for example, you usually see couples saying that this track actually reminds me of the time that we had this and that. That got my brain thinking, like, why would you say that?
Because music actually kind of like sort of jogs up.
It jogs memories. It evokes memories. Yes. My question is, how does it evoke memory, and what's in the song what's the connection between the song and the memory that it's this specific memory that gets that resurfaces, not this memory or not this memory.
Very interesting. How
How'd it go?
Yeah, what was the conclusion for it?
Well, in terms of remembering memory, there's not really much of a difference whether you're listening to like an old piece of music or not. But in terms of not relevance, but personal impact, there's a big difference there. Because the big difference there is that when you actually listen to a piece of music that's part of your childhood, or let's say childhood, that's part of your childhood, you actually remember those bits and pieces or that specific memory where the music is tied up. So it's an association, it's an emotional association between the track and your experience.
Does it happen subliminally or what?
It happens subliminally. It happens so subliminally that it can become therapeutic.
That's cool.
So like the whole result of my thesis is that for people who weren't exposed to tracks, like the tracks that I mixed up to compare to those who I exposed to the tracks, the ones who were exposed actually remembered more fond childhood memories with a lot of emotional impact compared to the ones who don't, because the difference there is that the ones who don't just remember like what they did, like literally what they did, like they were just in school doing achievements and all that. But for those who are exposed to it, they remember their family, they remember their friends, they remember what they literally remember what they
that's
did.
More memorable.
That's more memorable.
Yeah, not just kind of like
not just the generic stuff. Not the generic stuff like I did this, I did that. It's more like, I still remember that my grandfather used to give me this, or my mother give me this, my best friend did this and that.
That's the difference between having a memory and recalling something, right?
Yes,
because recalling is just more mundane, like we did this, cool. But then if it's a memory, it's like we did this with my dad who was this, and it's more full.
That's more full, that's more impactful. That's the reason why songs became auditory memorabilia, auditory mementos, because it's a memento of that time.
That's interesting. I think I jumped into the conclusion too quick, but what was the methodology for you? How did you guys kind of put the experiment together?
Actually, it's just me.
Oh, sorry, just you.
And I had the experiment. Let's see, I had for it's a quality paper, so I had to interview and test 30 people on my own.
Damn, that's a lot of work.
Yeah, and it's not just that. Like, I mean, post experiment, I need to, I need to, what you call this? I need to interpret everything out, do statistics on my own. And I was like, okay, line per line, what does this mean? Where does this fall?
But to be honest, it makes it a lot faster though, because you're working at your own pace.
Yep.
Which is kind of the advantage to it.
Yeah.
I actually prefer working alone in research. Like that's
true. Yeah.
Like, because, this is just my experience. Like,
hey, Cheryl's here.
Come in. Hi, Cheryl.
Hey.
Shout out to Cheryl Galimba.
Yeah.
Check out episode 10 and episode 10.5. She just woke up as well. No, just kidding. But anyways, dang. Because that's just my experience, especially with group reporting. I prefer to work alone.
There's this thing for us psych majors before, especially when we do thesis. Like, whenever there's a group, we'd say beware of social loafing.
Social
loafing. Social loafing
being aloof, like just
you're just
hermit.
Basic. No, it's not really being aloof like a hermit, but it's more like social loafing in its sense is like when you're in a group, there's this one member who actually doesn't do anything but show up.
Oh, just attend. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
That's social loafing.
Social loafing. I just found out about that. That's cool.
Yeah.
It's interesting. There's a lot of social loafing that I remember when I was in college.
Yeah, it's like in one group there's always that one member who just does the smallest amount of effort.
I wanted to do that, but I was never given the chance, and I would always end up doing everything, and it's like, that's why I preferred just working alone. And honestly, I don't know, this is just me ranting now, but the worst part is when one of your members actually suggests something, they really are just honed in on doing this one thing.
Yeah.
And then midway during the report, when the professor calls you out for it, they just say, not my problem. And I'm like,
yeah, exactly. Like,
oh, that's so bad. Damn. I feel strongly about that. And and it's honestly really good that you just did the thesis on your own.
Yeah, and it's because of that as well that I'm cautious with who I'm working with, especially in making a game.
Yes.
In game development.
Yeah.
Gosh, it really takes a lot of work, and if there's actually one of them that's like just the idea guy is like,
we don't need ideas. We need workers as well.
Yeah, though ideas are good. I mean, they're free. Ideas are free, and ideas are good.
That's the thing.
There's a difference between being a game designer and being just the idea guy.
Yeah, because I don't know. My take on it is there's basically two parts of an idea. One is idea, which is the brainstorming and everything. That's only 10% though. 90% is the execution.
The execution, yeah.
And executing could be a number of ways. Like you could at least create a brain map to help the game devs actually create the game.
Yeah.
Because that's basic execution on your part for the idea. But the other part is actually being able to put the work onto something concrete.
Yeah.
Something tangible.
Yeah.
That the game devs or honestly anyone in general would be able to work with, like, I can take that further.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Damn. Wow, so we're now more in the present now, if you sort of think about it. So we've mapped out like pretty much how you started with psychology, how you started with facilitating, and how you started with music. So now, like, how did it all come about? What was the convergence of what you're doing right now?
Oh, the convergence of all of it is actually game development.
Yeah, game dev. Like, how did you start with game dev then?
It was funny, because how I started with game dev, well, if I wouldn't really say where I would start, because if I would say that I'd started because what's inside my head right now is like me being the gamer and me being the game dev. Because if it's me being the gamer, I started that way back when I was still a kid.
True.
But being the game dev, like the actual game dev,
because you're now behind the scenes.
Yeah, I'm now behind the scenes. I'm the one helping making the game.
Yeah.
So it would be like. That started after college. Yeah. Because there was this one time that when my best friend actually has a brother who is a really good artist. Wow. And he owns his own like game studio, and he wanted to create a game as well. So they were a small team of 4 or 5, and then they were looking for a composer at that time, someone who knows how to do music, and and then when my best friend heard about what his brother was asking for, he literally dragged me into it. I mean, I really do mean literally dragged me into it.
Well, you're perfect for the part if you think about it. That's why people would drag you.
Yeah, my best friend's the only person who actually knew that I composed these stuff. And then I did music direction as well.
This was back in high school, right? Or college?
College.
Yeah.
That was back in college, like after college. And then my best friend actually knew that I can musically direct choirs. No, I can do orchestrations. Damn. I can mix master because of my DJ experience back in high school. That's why he dragged me in, especially the part when he heard the word compose.
That's you.
Yeah, he literally thought of me and then dragged me in. I was like, wow. Okay, I'm into this. What is this? That was literally my first impression. I think, why do you need me? Why?
And this is Fabled Sky?
Yeah, that was Fabled Sky. Wow. And I was like,
how many years ago was that?
I think it was we're 2019, 2017.
2017.
Yeah.
Damn. Hang on. 1 second.
All right.
Just gonna reset the camera. Oh, pretty.
Yeah, about it.
Pretty meaty.
Yep, we're going there after this.
Yeah, right after. We're flying there.
Yeah. So anyways, so that's it. Well, long story short, my best friend dragged me in. He introduced me to his brother. His brother is Clint, by the way. Hi, Clint.
Yo, shout out to Clint.
Yeah.
Damn.
So, yeah, and then
Red Trident, right?
Yeah, Red Trident with
Shout
Red
out to
Trident.
Red Trident sponsor.
Oh gosh, I wish. But yeah, so at first, Clint and I were actually bamboozled. Why me? Like, why would he endorse me? I mean, I wasn't even confident myself at that time. I was like, yeah, out of all people, why? I would agree with Clint. Why me?
Also, he asked the question, why you?
Yeah, he asked the question, and then my best friend.
Did you guys know each other then? Or?
I only knew Clint through my best friend.
So you guys didn't really know each other yet?
Yeah, not that much.
Okay.
He only knew me as the psych guy who can read people fast.
That's a pretty weird description.
Yeah.
Damn, okay. But now he sees this different perspective of you.
Yeah,
like,
he saw a different perspective.
You know music?
Yeah.
And you like games?
Yeah, that's what he asked, and then he then asked my best friend. I mean, my best friend's name is Carl. So hi, Carl.
Shout out to Carl.
So yeah, he asked my best friend, like, yeah, why him? Like, why him? Like, and then he went on his own reasons of why he would take me, like, because I know how to compose and I know music that well. Not like many people. Not like how many people would know music. And I was like, okay, well, we'll give it a shot, and then. All right, okay. I didn't have much of a say, but okay. I was placed in front of a piano with music pad and then given reference and all that. I was like, okay.
Let's go.
Then I'm composing again. When was the last time I did composition? I was back in high school. Dang it.
Dang.
Yeah, and back at that time, I was panicking at that time because it's been long since I composed. And it was cringy for me at that time. But when Clint actually heard my first composition for the track, that blew me away because
he liked it.
He liked it. I was like, what, seriously? You liked it? I didn't have anyone listen to my own compositions before because I had just composed in secret. But now that someone actually heard about my
hey, that's some good feedback right there. At least you're doing something right.
Yeah, that was one indicator I was doing something right. And then it actually went to a point that he wanted to be part of the music as well.
Wow.
And then to the point that he wanted to
do voice acting and everything.
Yeah, do voice acting and everything. I mean,
that's awesome.
I'll let you guys listen to a bit of the track though. So this is one of it. So this was like the boss theme for Fabled Sky.
Ooh,
and then
sounds good.
Yeah, and I was the one who composed. I did the composition for this. My violinist and my guitarist for this one is a girl, and she's hardcore. The voice right now that you're listening to is Clint's voice, and he has a really great baritone voice.
Lots of reverb. It's really nice, like.
Yeah. So basically, the whole point of this track is that it's supposed to be a boss fight, but it's not just a boss fight. It's a regal king boss fight.
What's a regal king, sorry?
It's a king, like you're fighting a king, basically, or almost like a god. That's why it sounds hymnal in a way.
Sure.
And the other vocals here, what you're listening to, like these two vocals harmonizing, that's my guitarist and my vocalist as well.
Wow, shout out to them.
Yeah, it's Kate and Bjorn. Kate is she's a theater kid.
Wow.
She's also a theater kid.
Nice.
That's how she got these chops. Bjorn is an amazing violinist and a guitarist. And then
wow, you're instrumentalist, were you vocalist as well?
yeah, and the drummer here is my best friend. That's Carl.
Oh.
I mean, we all just recorded everything, and then
That's awesome.
this was like among all the tracks that I made. This one's like the people's favorite.
Team effort.
Yeah,
That's
and
awesome.
then oh gosh, in a way it sounds kind of cringy for me at first, because before it sounds kind of cringy for me at first, because before I don't really think of my tracks that highly. And then
hey, you need to really understand that you are making a change. Like
yeah,
you are making an impact in the world with your music.
yeah,
It's
there's
great.
that. But yeah, it was cringy for me. It was cringy for Clint as well, because especially like there was this
Hearing
one
his
event-
voice.
Yeah, hearing his voice. Especially even with the simple voice acting, it was like like seriously, it was like
But hey, that's great effort. Honestly, that sounds, and honestly, I give a lot of props to Cebuanos who
Yeah.
make music that don't sound Cebuano.
yeah,
That
was
to me
Latin.
is crazy. Yeah, exactly. Because I was listening to that sounds like a Gregorian, like a.
Yep.
Like whoa, and then plus you've got violin
Yeah.
and electric guitar together.
Yeah.
Plus you've got the drums. Damn,
Yeah.
that's legit. That is legit.
So yeah, that's basically how I did Fable Sky. I
Wow.
mean, Fable Sky is it's an indie game. I
Yeah.
mean, put Fable Sky gameplay here. I mean, as you could see, it's literally the whole Fable Sky gameplay here.
Walk
You
us
can
through
see-
like how the gameplay is and what.
So the
story
gameplay is
behind
kind of like it's kind of close to Near Automata. It's where it's inspired.
it. Right.
The whole thing, and we were actually trying to showcase verticality in the whole game.
Practicality?
Verticality.
Verticality.
So basically, flight going
Right.
upwards, downwards.
So
left and right.
the objective is to go up.
Yes, go up. And the
So
whole
it's like
story about
levels
and the
going
whole
up.
story about the game is that you play as this main character. His name's Caleb.
Calum.
Yeah, and the reason why his name's Caleb is because of the whole theme surrounding it, like sky. Caleb means sky, basically.
Calum Scott. Oh, okay.
Yeah, and
That's interesting.
the whole thing with Caleb is that he has this dream of actually breaking away from the norm, being free. Wow. Because his whole story started with him being a miner, because he belongs to a mining clan. Like how everything goes in
That's nice.
with his with his life, basically.
His backstory,
Yeah, his
right?
backstory, like how his ancestors actually got beneath the ground at the first place was because of the dangers that were above surface. And then they all grew up underground until there's this guy, Caleb, who actually knew about the history of his people, and he wanted to see what the sky is like.
Wow.
But most people actually don't agree with it, because of the dangers. But he said, no, I want to see the sky. I want to break free from this prison. Then started the adventure.
I want to break free. No,
No, not like that.
Different.
No puns, please. So yeah.
Dang.
So basically, the whole gist is that. The whole gist is that, and the whole game is kind of like putting the gameplay. As you can see, it's always going upward.
Yes. I've also seen the gameplay. Like, walk me through what kind of opponents or like kind of monsters are.
All right. So the monsters are like, from my understanding. For me, like in a nutshell, they're all. If you could see, they're all earth based. So they're like rocks or plants or crystals.
Yes.
And the whole point there, it's like Caleb, and true to his name, Sky, his main element, it's like a play of elements here, because since we're showcasing verticality, that would mean flight, and then with Caleb's nature being free and all that, so that would suggest that he is air, or he's wind.
True.
And then the monsters there are earth-based, so it's their direct opposite
Right.
of air, of wind.
True.
And then there's a lot of like there's a lot in the game as well.
It's very interesting because if you think about it, wind can shape Earth.
Yeah,
It's very cool.
that's basically the reason why.
So
Like,
that's
in my view, because I wasn't there when Clint literally
conceptualizing.
conceptualized everything.
Because it kind of reminds me of Avatar. Sorry. Airbender.
in a sense, yeah.
It's pretty
but-
cool though. No, I understand that you guys didn't get the kind of the inspiration from there, but
Mhm.
it's very cool because you guys created a game
Mhm.
that is very, honestly, like, it's very inspiring.
Yeah, and the game is the months that we took
Mm.
that we took to create like just the tech demo for the game. It was like around 6 months,
Damn.
and you can see like there's 3D rendering
Wow.
and the whole game design. It was amazing. Even the
Wow.
like
Props
our
to
program,
the team.
yeah, our programmer worked so hard.
Shout out to Cheryl. Oh wait,
Cheryl, that's JM actually.
JM.
Yeah, shout out to JM and Dre.
Nice. Shout out to
Yeah.
you guys. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Props.
so James, a programmer, Dre's the game designer, who actually designed the levels of the game.
Wow.
And then there's Ted as well, who helped out with programming. Yeah, and Dave with the amazing 3D art that he
Wow.
did with
Good
Clint. So it's just the 5 of them that time. And then
created a game.
yeah, we created a game, and then
Interesting.
then came in me with the music and another person as well with visual effects. Yeah, with visual effects, that's Josh, and he did amazing with the visuals here. And so yeah,
Wow.
that's basically Fabled Sky.
Dang, Fabled Sky. Yo, shout out to the team, guys. Props to
Yeah.
you guys. Wow, that's interesting. I'm just gonna insert another sponsor.
Yeah.
Quick break. So, our next sponsor is the Furniture City. Do you need furniture for your condo or house? Furniture City is the biggest showroom in Cebu. They offer from world-class beds, sofa beds, and recliners to just about anything that you want for your furniture needs. They distribute top-of-the-line brands such as Eurotex, GLC, Lenbert, and much, much more. Some of the new stuff are also modular furniture. So you can basically craft anything together. You could put together a kitchen. You could put together your sofa. Honestly, it's just endless, guys. So visit the Hernan Cortes branch, Mandaue, for more info, and check out the Facebook page at The Furniture City. Cool. So back to Nate. Now, Nate. What are you up to nowadays? Like, what's keeping you busy?
Wow, what's keeping me busy?
What's keeping you busy nowadays?
Well, there's a lot of stuff that's keeping me busy.
Yeah.
One thing's for sure is Archon.
Yes, shout out to Archon.
Yeah, shout out to Archon.
And
yeah, other than
oh no, I'm talking about like what's your involvement in Archon? Because you
yeah, I'm the tech. I'm the DJ there.
and he made the music.
Yep, I made the music.
Are we
for
allowed to
Archon.
say that?
Yeah, you're allowed to say it.
Yo, so Nate made the music for Archon, so the theme song, right?
Yeah, their theme song for this year. So this
That's
year's
legit.
theme is Arclight. So basically, I made a track for them.
Yes.
That's gonna be like their default track all
Ooh.
throughout Archon. And
So if you listen to that during Archon, that's Nate, guys.
yeah, and
That's his juices.
here's the thing. As
Creative
well,
juices.
here's the thing with Archon as well, for this Archon, like for the music for Archon, because what I plan for the music Archon is that most of the music that I'm gonna be playing for Archon are all original compositions.
Nice.
Not just my original compositions, but original compositions as well for other composers that I know.
Yes.
Specifically this amazing 16 17-year-old
Damn,
boy.
shout out to
His
him.
name is Kine Sia. And Clark as well.
Yeah, I think you showed me their SoundCloud.
Yeah, I did show you sound. They're amazing. They're definitely amazing.
Young kids, but talented. Holy
Yeah, I mean, if you guys have the time to check them out, check their SoundCloud. Kine's Noodle Sushi. His Noodle
Kine's?
Sushi. Yeah. And
How do you spell that? Sorry.
Yeah,
Kine's?
Noodle. Yeah, Kine is Noodle Sushi. His SoundCloud is NOODLE. Then SUSHI. Noodle Sushi.
There you go.
That's
Search it up on
Kine.
SoundCloud.
Yeah,
guys.
that's his.
Noodle Sushi.
While Clark is Tony Kaku.
Tony Kaku. How do you spell
Yeah,
that?
Tony as in
T-O-N-Y?
TONY and Kaku is KAKU.
There you go. Check those out on SoundCloud.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, they're amazing composers.
So these guys are submitting their music as well alongside.
I'm getting their music.
Oh, you guys are using the music, right?
Yeah, because the thing with Clark and with Kine, at some point I also helped them with their music as well, like by teaching them.
That's awesome.
Yeah, like with Kine, I taught him a bit of music theory. With Clark, I did some critiques with his composition as well.
Because these guys are composers, right?
Yeah, they're composers. They're also game devs as well.
Wow. Damn.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and then I'm also looking forward to one other one other person's composition, and that would be Cheryl's composition.
Ooh, Cheryl.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking forward to her composition as well and playing it on Archon.
There you go. Shout out to Cheryl.
Yeah.
Cheryl. Nice.
Yeah.
And so you're excited for Archon. Oh man, that's
Oh yeah,
huge.
I'm excited for Archon. I'm also, I mean, before Archon as well, I'm also doing like an event in Dumaguete.
Ooh, what is
Yeah,
this?
it's called OG League, so it stands for Otaku and Geek League. So it's OG Gathering. So it's gonna be a Halloween event,
Ooh.
and what I'm gonna be doing there is that I'm also the music guy, the sound guy, like, or rather the overall tech head
Damn.
in that event, and I'm gonna be composing on the spot.
Wow.
Because it's a horror theme, and I'm gonna be using a lot of sound effects at that time.
And honestly, the most fun thing to compose, in my opinion, are horror
Yeah.
horror games.
Horror games.
Oh,
yeah.
shout out also to Nate when he did his talk. He actually talked about the theory of sound, right?
Yeah, sound design.
Sound design, especially for horror games,
Mhm.
and it's very interesting because that's where I really found and really confirmed that horror games are the best to make sounds because
Yeah.
they need a lot of sound effects.
Yeah, it's literally dependent on sound effects.
Yeah, and that's amazing.
Mhm.
Dang. So you're doing the sound for that in Dumaguete, right?
Yeah, for that in
OG.
Dumaguete, and probably for some game jams as well.
Oh, game jam. When is game jam again? Could you shout that out?
Yeah, right now we're doing a Halloween game jam at East
Yes.
Meets West Fear Fest. So if you guys have time and create a game,
Yes.
you can just go to our itch.io page. We'll just put that in the description below. You can just join the jam. You can just join the jam.
The jam.
The jam. The game jam.
Or the game.
Yeah, a game.
Game
And it's
jam.
until September 20, but we're still deliberating on probably we might extend. Just little nitpicks. Don't tell anyone.
Right. Okay. Ooh.
Yeah.
So guys, shout out honestly for those people who really want to join. That's your cue.
Yeah.
So groups of 4, right?
Yeah. A maximum of 4, and then you'll be making a game based on 2 out of 6 uncommon fears. Yeah, and
Uncommon
these
fears, yes.
yeah, and you can see the
Phobias.
list. Yeah, you can actually see the list in our itch.io page, and these are literally uncommon fears because you wouldn't really think of them as an actual fear. Like say for example, ergophobia. That's literally fear of work.
Damn.
And
So
I would
for the slackers out there, that's your phobia, right?
You're afraid of work. You're afraid of doing work.
Afraid of doing work. Dang.
Yeah, and then there are others like chirophobia, fear of hands,
Mm.
linonophobia, fear of strings. There's a
And then
lot.
Clocks as well.
Yeah, chronophobia.
Chronophobia.
Well, it would at some point it's common. It's commonly known as fear of time, but it's actually fear of clocks. But
Actual
it's still,
clocks.
Yeah, actual clocks.
Mm.
But at some point it's also tied up to time as well,
True.
because clocks represent time. So
Mm.
yeah, there's that.
Wow. There you go. Game jam, guys. Game jam.
Yeah, game jam.
There you go.
And we also have Archon game jam as well. That's gonna be
Ooh.
coming next month, and for
Details are released.
Yeah,
next
details
month.
details will be released next month.
Yes.
Just follow our page in Cebu Game Dev, our Facebook page. You could just
Oh,
search
yeah.
it up.
Follow their
Yeah,
Facebook.
you could just link will be in the description as well. Just
Yes.
look for Cebu Game Dev in Facebook, and yeah, you can ask whatever questions you have there. Anything about game development or even
There you go.
memes. We are an open community.
There you go. That's awesome. Love communities like that. Cool. So we now get to the second part after an hour 20 minutes.
Dang. Okay.
That's awesome. Cool. So basically, this next part here is we're basically talking about the digital and social media stuff.
Oh yeah.
So it's just more of a snapshot of what you have right now.
Mm-hmm.
So for the equipments they use, what's your current cell phone?
Cell phone. Asus
Asus.
and Sony.
Asus and Sony. What have you got a camera, or are your phone's the camera?
Yeah, my phone. Just use my phone as a camera.
Phones are your camera. What about your laptop? Current laptop right now?
I'm using an Asus laptop.
Nice.
Yeah, Asus are more durable in my opinion. But
Sure.
I don't know with others. It's just my opinion. That's
that's what I've heard as well. Asus is a good brand to honestly just keep.
Yeah, especially for laptops.
True. Any listening device that you have right now?
Listening
Like
device.
earphones, headphones, anything?
Well, earphones. Well, I have these. Afterglow.
Afterglow, and then you've got.
Yeah, I have
another-
this one's really old, but this one's really special to me. It's my MP3 player. It's a Sony MP3 player.
Dang, and it's
a Walkman. It's a Sony Walkman, and it still works. I love it so much because this was also my microphone as well for sound effects. Sound effects and voice acting.
Wow, because it comes with the microphone.
Yeah, it comes with a microphone.
And you don't see that a lot.
Yeah, exactly.
That's amazing. Cool. And what social media platforms do you use?
Okay, social media platforms. Well, I have my Facebook, and I don't know if I'm allowed to say that. I have my Discord account as well.
Discord?
Yep.
Nice.
So you can add me in Discord if you want, if you have inquiries, or if you just want me to, just want to chat. I'm in Discord as well.
There you go.
And yeah, Facebook and.
Do you have Instagram?
Instagram. I don't have Instagram, but I have Twitter.
Twitter. So you're more active. So it would be Facebook, Discord, then Twitter.
Yeah.
Right.
My Twitter has a different name for a reason.
Oh.
Yeah.
You want to be anonymous?
In that sense, yeah.
Okay. So don't follow Nate on Twitter.
No, you can actually find me. You can find me on Twitter as well.
Nice.
So.
There you go. Cool. And this last question here.
Yeah.
What is trending to you right now? So what's in the line of stuff that you do? So you do game dev, you do psychology, the slew of it, and you also do music. What's trending to you right now? Like what do you see as a current trend? Or like the stuff that you most like. What's the one thing that you follow the most?
Oh, there's a lot. Mostly it's music, but to be specific, there are like around 3 of them.
Oh, okay. Do tell.
First one's lo-fi.
Oh, lo-fi.
Lo-fi.
I love lo-fi.
Yeah, lo-fi is awesome.
Yes.
Then second one would be dubstep violin.
Ooh, dubstep violin. That's interesting.
Yeah, because I'm a huge Sterling Knight fan. I'm a huge Sterling Knight fan. I mean, I follow Lindsay Sterling. And she was one of my she's one of my inspirations.
Is she the first one to actually do dubstep violin on YouTube?
On YouTube.
On YouTube.
Yeah, but in music, she's not the only one.
She wouldn't be the first one.
Yeah, she wouldn't be the first. But in YouTube,
I think she made it popular on YouTube.
Yeah,
because it's not mainstream. It was pretty underground.
Yeah, there was a group who actually mixed violin with another genre, with dubstep. Well, Lindsay's the one that I know.
And she dances while playing the violin.
Yes, which not many people actually do.
Crazy. That's pretty hard.
Yeah.
And what's the third one?
Yeah, okay. And the third one are fusions, basically.
What kind of fusions are you?
Yeah, like the 8-bit orchestra fusion, or like the techno orchestra fusion. Nice. That one is
the
amazing.
Torchestra.
No, not Torchestra.
Technorstra. The Technorstra.
Oh.
It's got a ring to it.
Or virtual orchestra. We could just say that.
Oh, Vorstra.
Oh gosh.
I keep mixing the names.
Yeah.
Cool. So this next bit here, I just wanted to share this one.
Yeah.
Wait, not that one. This one here. So this one here, I'm pretty sure you've seen this one before.
Yeah.
Google Trends.
Oh.
I do like to share this one because it's basically, I like to sort of see the convergence between what you're interested in and what the world is interested in. Because I don't know, it's just very interesting that people like what you're focused right now.
Yeah.
And then what people are looking for right now, there could be a convergence, and that could be an interesting way for you to really tap into that the attention for people. So in terms of that, like this is basically a trans visualizer. You've seen this before, right?
Yeah.
Any words that sort of words that sort of stick out to you right now?
There was one weather update.
Oh, what about the weather?
Well, is it too hot right now? No, I wouldn't say it's too hot or too cold. It's just, for me, basically, it just kind of clicks. Like the word weather in itself kind of clicks because of the recent movie that came out.
Oh, what is the weather?
Yeah, like
what's that movie that?
Weathering with You.
Weathering with You.
It's for me, in my opinion, it's a great movie.
Damn.
The soundtrack itself alone is amazing.
What's the movie about again?
All right, so the movie actually talks about this, like, if I don't know, help me out, fans of Withering Review. Yeah, just help me out. Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong though. So if I can remember correctly, like the whole story revolves around this girl who can literally manipulate the weather.
Damn.
Yeah, I mean, they're called like weather maidens, and I don't know, probably spoiler alert. So yeah. Like weather maidens, and then and it also follows like this whole story of this. Well, not just the girl, but also this guy as well, who she's with. And yeah, not to give any spoilers, let's just say that it's a very heartfelt movie.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a movie about like I don't know. For me personally, it's a movie about like somewhat. Yeah, it has undertones of love and friendship. Like the most like some common Japanese themes.
And it's out in the movies right now, right?
Yeah, it's out in the movies right now.
Well, which cinemas can you watch this in right now?
Well, right now I'm not really sure if it's still in Ayala or if
Ayala would be the main one, right?
Ayala. SM. They did the premiere at SM.
Oh, true, because they do lots of anime showing on SM.
Yeah.
In the cinemas there.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I remember like Dragon Ball was shown there.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's really cool. Any other ones? Just pick another word.
Ooh, 9/11.
Ooh, how's that? Oh, because that was 9/11 yesterday.
Yeah.
I fully forgot. I didn't even know. Damn. Where were you during 9/11? That was 2001, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think that I was still at elementary at that time. Oh, yeah, I was still in elementary at the time. I barely knew what 9/11 actually what happened in 9/11 or yeah, because I was still a kid. But when I got to college, then I understand like how it impacted everyone in the world. It was like, dang,
that's crazy.
It's crazy.
Yeah, 9/11 was crazy. We were actually in Japan at that time.
Oh,
and it was weird because I looked at the airplane just hitting the building, and I couldn't understand because it was all Japanese.
Yeah,
and I was like, is this real? Because we thought that we were just watching a movie.
Yeah, it was
surreal.
Yeah.
So weird, crazy.
It was crazy.
Dang. Anyways, on a lighter note.
Yeah.
Anything interesting, anything upcoming, or anything that you're excited? Because I know you already said it before, but anything that you just want to shout out, anything that people should be looking out for in the next few weeks for you?
Well, in the next few weeks for me, well, other than that, well, basically what I just said, Archon, because Archon, I'm gonna be giving you guys earworms.
Yes.
In Archon, so I'm gonna be handling the music in Archon. Nice. And
you've got OG, right?
OG League in Dumaguete.
When is that again?
OG is gonna be on October 27.
October 27. You've got Archon, which is November 16.
Yeah, 16 and 17.
2019.
Yeah.
There you go. And what else is that? Game Jam. What is Game Jam again?
Oh, the Game Jam's online.
Online.
But if you guys are interested in game development, you can just follow our page at Cebu Game Dev.
And you can do that right now.
Yeah, you can do that right now. Just go to Facebook and search for Cebu Game Dev.
Sweet. Anything else other than those three?
Other than that, well, I don't want to spoil.
Ooh, and something interesting is coming up.
Yeah, I don't want to spoil.
Well, just watch out. So add them on Facebook.
Yep. And just probably look for me at the tubes and maybe in YouTube's because right now I'm collaborating with one of the most well-known voice actresses in game development, and she's making a world chorus, something like that.
Shout out to that guy.
Yeah, just a little taste for you guys. But yeah, she's an amazing artist, and I'm really grateful that I was able to work with such an amazing artist and amazing instrumentalists as well in this community, and so many talented singers from all around the world.
Damn. Oh, watch out for that, guys. Watch out for that. Cool. Anything else? Do you want people to add you on Facebook or anything like that?
Yeah, if you guys want to add me on Facebook, just look for me there. It's still my name, John Nathan Aldemita. And for Twitter, just PM me on Facebook and I'll give you my Twitter account.
Or Discord, insert it again.
Yeah, Discord as well.
What's your Discord handle?
Oh, my Discord handle. I forgot the numbers on my Discord handle, but let me try to check that again.
Too many numbers.
Yep, it's too many numbers. So yeah, with my Discord, which one here? Yep.
He's got 2 phones, guys.
Yeah, I got 2
He's
phones.
got 2 phones.
Yeah, I got 2 phones, and
one
the
for
other,
that.
yeah, one's in composition, and the other one's for DJ. Because funny thing with me is that I don't just compose with just musical, not just with musical notation. I compose with musical notation, of course, that's basic. But other than that, I do like most of the compositions I do, like the inspirations that I get, I usually get it like on the spot. So I usually do my compositions here on my phone.
Yeah, I see him all the time, guys. He's just playing on a virtual piano. And it's amazing.
Yeah, and I have like.
That's
Like just to put it out there, like my DAWs, my digital audio workstations, I do.
Your DAW.
Yeah, my DAW.
Your DAW.
I use FL Studios, Ableton, and Ableton Live.
Sponsor.
No, hopefully, and Caustic 3.
Ooh, I haven't heard of that.
Yeah, Caustic's the one that I use here on my phone. It's the one that I use here on my phone that I.
Did you pay for it or was it free?
Yeah, it's free for PC, but for mobile you have to pay.
How much was it?
I think it was 80 pesos at the time.
That's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad, and it's really cool. I mean, the interface alone is really simple, especially for beginners. Yeah, you might want to try this out though. Like the whole thing with Caustic, like it has its own interface, and you can just make your own track with it.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and it has its own piano roll, and
that's amazing how that's all
it
on
has
the phone.
a sequence as well. Yeah, and it's all
It's
on
like
the
a
phone.
garage band.
Yeah,
on a phone.
On a phone. Yeah,
Damn.
exactly.
Shout out to Android, Google, sponsor.
Yeah, shout out to Apple
Hang on.
with Garage.
Cool. And cool bananas. I think that we're at the very last point now.
Yep. Yeah.
So, honestly,
we'll just put my Discord on the link in the description below.
True. Just send it through and I'll put it there.
Sure.
Cool. Dang, thank you so much, Nate. Oh man, I honestly enjoyed this one. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing your story.
Yeah.
And finally, we get to get a sneak peek as to how you grew up and what was your background, your backstory, pretty much. And thank you so much for also being awesome. And check him out, guys. Honestly, there's a lot of stuff that he's coming out with in the next few weeks.
Yep.
Cool beans. Thank you. See ya. We out. Peace.
Bye.